Hey everybody, it's James here from GoodGuitarist.com. Welcome back to 30 Days of Guitar. It is day 26. We are nearing the end of our journey. And today we're going to take three of the most common chord shapes, G, C, and D, and we're going to use them to play 3 songs. If you haven't done so already, please take a moment to like and subscribe. That way you can go through this entire journey with me if you haven't done so yet. If you haven't been going at it from day one, this is your chance to do that, follow along. Also, my free ebook in the corner. Once again, if you haven't grabbed your copy, that has printable materials for a lot of the stuff that we're going to be doing here. I also have a complete beginner's course, which we're going to mention later on in the lesson. And let's just jump right in. This week, we've been working on the C chord. We practiced switching from C to E minor, C to D, and C to G. And our, big finale is going to be G, E minor, C, D. Those 4 chords that you can play hundreds of thousands of songs with. And we've worked on C to every single one of those chords. So we've attacked C from 3 different angles, And today we're going to take advantage. We're going to harvest some of the fruits of our labor. Our chord progression for our first song, Leaving on a Jet Plane, goes G, C, and D. So the first thing I want to do is switch between that. Go from G to C to D and back to G. Just silent switching. Just to warm up our fingers, right? That's how your practice session's going to begin. Warming up, going from G to C to D, silent switching. And then we can take a look at the progression. It goes G, C, G, C, G, C, and then D. And that's the whole thing, right? I have it written down there. And before we add the strumming pattern or anything, we should just do downstrokes only. That way we can kind of get each chord the right number of times, starting on G. 2, 3, 4. Bags are packed, I'm ready to go. I'm standing here outside your door. I hate to wake you up and say goodbye. 2 measures of D. 3, 4, 1. And you can go through the entire song like that if you'd like to. We got to learn 3 songs today, so I'm just going to cut it short. But the entire song is just that, over and over again. Once you're comfortable with that, we add our strumming pattern. We're going to use the most common strumming pattern ever, and we'll do it 1 time per chord symbol, starting once again on G. 2, 3. So kiss me and smile for me. Hiccup. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Hold me like you'll never let me go. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. I don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, the next song I want to take a look at is Knockin' on Heaven's Door by Bob Dylan, and this one goes G, D, C. So we're changing up the order a little bit, and let's just play downstrokes only. I'll show you the chord symbols there. 2, 3, 4. Badge off me. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I don't need it anymore. 2. And then once we're comfortable with that, we add the strumming pattern. And for this one, I want to use the same one that we did on Sweet Home Alabama, but add a down up at the end. So root, root, down, down, up. And then we switch to D. And something that you'll discover is when you're making that switch, have to be pretty quick to switch right after that downstroke, after that upstroke to get into the next chord shape. And this leads us to an ancient guitar proverb. It is okay to leave early if it means arriving on time. And what I mean by that is you can switch from your G chord a little bit early, maybe on that upstroke, in order to make sure that your D chord is right on time. Like down, 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 down. Switch during that upstroke, you know. And as far as the roots are concerned, yeah, on the G chord we just aim there. On the D chord we aim there. We already went over this with Sweet Home Alabama, but just a refresher. And then on the C chord we aim there. You know, we're just aiming at the roots of the chord shape. You know, I'm just going root, root, down, down. Either way, let's try this one with the pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Once again, same thing over and over again, so you can feel free to try that with the original recording or at your own pace, whatever you like. Now, moving on, our final song is The Joker by Steve Miller, and that one goes... So G, C, D, C. And as far as the strumming pattern is concerned, same one we used on Sweet Home Alabama, almost the same one that we just used, except we're not doing that down up at the end. Let's, do our due diligence. Let's work through this using downstrokes only on G, C, D, C. 1 measure each. A measure is 4 downstrokes. I'm sure you know that by now. 2, 3, 4. Space cowboy. The gangster of love. It's pretty straightforward. And as far as the strumming pattern, root, root, down, switch, root, root, down, switch, root, root, down, switch. And I actually have, pretty much for all the songs that we've done, I do have separate lessons where we go way deeper into the song. And this one has a really cool, a super cool bass line thing that you can learn down the road. It's one of my favorite things to show people when we are exploring, more intermediate, late beginner intermediate stuff. Just thought I'd let you know. Anyways, so that is The Joker by Steve Miller. 3, 4. Some people call me the space cowboy. Some people call me the gangster of love. Some people call me Maurice. Wow, wow. 'Cause I speak to the pompatus of love. And then for the chorus, it uses the same chord progression as Leaving on a Jet Plane, but with this strumming pattern. 3, 4. I'm a picker, I'm a grinner, I'm a lover, I'm a sinner. I play my music in the sun. I'm a drinker, I'm a smoker, I'm a midnight toker. I sure don't wanna hurt no one. Correction, it's almost like Leaving on a Jet Plane, except we switched to a C chord at the end instead of hanging on the D chord for 2 measures. So just a minor correction there. But otherwise, yeah, it's pretty similar. And you're starting to see how, once you get used to these different combinations of chords, and you'll realize, well, these songs use the same exact progression, and there's so many, there's so many times that you'll see that. And the more and more you learn guitar, you wonder, how can this guy just play this by ear? It's because they played a different song that went the exact same way. And they're just like, oh yeah, I already know this. So that's going to happen the more you learn. Anyways, that's it for today. You have plenty to work on. 3 songs. technically different chord progressions because the order of the chords is different, even though it's the same 3 chords, and a different pattern for each one. Tons to work on. Please take your time. Remember, I'm giving you so much to work on. Like, really, this is 30 days of guitar for some people, but for a lot of people, this is like 100-something days of guitar. You know, for some people, it's like a week of guitar. You know, everybody goes at their own pace. So remember, stay in your own lane. This is your own journey. And please take from this whatever you need to take from it in order to, reach your goals on guitar. Speaking of reaching your goals on guitar, I do have that complete beginner's course, which is a complete path to developing that solid foundation where you will be comfortable just pulling out a guitar and playing your favorite songs with, by yourself or with your friends and family, whatever the occasion may be. If you haven't grabbed your copy of my free ebook, I also encourage you to do that, as well as to subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so. If you have already subscribed, I am incredibly grateful, and I do thank you for taking the time to do that and supporting me. Either way, have a fun time practicing, and I'll see you tomorrow.